2024 Station of the Year Merit Award winner. This is Western Mass News.
New concerns over the future of the historical Schermerhorn Seafood Market and Restaurant in Holyoke. A permit to remodel that building was granted back in October, but now it seems construction has been delayed and the community's wondering why. Welcome everyone to Western Mass News at 6 on this Monday. I'm Chris Pisano.
And I'm Amanda Martin Ryan. Western Mass News reporter Reagan Lockery joins us live in front of the restaurant in Holyoke after getting answers from the city's mayor as well as the restaurant owner. Reagan, what can you tell us?
Yeah, that's right, Amanda and Chris. Some controversy erupted over the weekend when one of the owners posted on Facebook about why the restaurant has been delayed in reopening.
We've designed, permitted, and built 350 commercial buildings. Some icon like Brunel's Marina, that I designed it and built that. There's many places in Holyoke that we've designed and built. So we do this for a living. I have 5 professional engineers on staff. They're all befuddled why this is happening. This has never happened to us before. In the last 25, 30 years in my career.
Sunday, co-owner of Schermerhorn Seafood and Market, Frank DeMarinis, made a Facebook post addressing concerns from the public. DeMarinis claims the Holyoke Building Department has stopped the project unlawfully many times, adding that back on May 16th, the Holyoke Building Department issued another stop work order. Western Mass News spoke with DeMarinis Monday afternoon, and he says he's frustrated with what he calls the unprofessionalism of the city when it comes to this project.
I took an eyesore in the city that was a structural, it was not structurally sound, and I'm trying to fix it. I'm trying to build at that time now bring everything up to building code, and they're stopping me from doing it.
Meanwhile, Holyoke Mayor Joshua Garcia responded to these allegations on Facebook with a long, comprehensive timeline laying out the issues. We also spoke with the mayor Monday, and he says he wants Schermerhorns back open as much as anyone. However, there are laws that must be followed.
The owner of Schermerhorns there, we're talking about Frank, feels like the laws don't apply. In fact, he feels that things should be looked the other way, and unfortunately that's not my management style.
Mayor Garcia explains that the reason for the first stop work order was because the permit that was approved originally was for a remodel, not a complete demolition. However, the mayor says on December 3rd, 2024, the building department received a complaint that Schermerhorns had been demolished completely except for the front wall facade.
To the owner's defense, right, the building had a lot of issues. And so the strategy on their part was, hey, look, this is going to cost too much money to fix. We got to start from scratch. Let's knock this thing down, which is fine, except that there's rules of engagement if you're going on a different path than what was permitted.
DeMarinis responding to the mayor's statement.
Originally, we were just going to do a renovation of the porch here, removal of the porch, and then cut the inside. But once we realized the rafters were made by 2x4s, which are not code compliant whatsoever, our hands were forced.
Mayor Garcia tells us his office met with DeMarinis and they came up with a plan that allowed construction to resume. However, the mayor claims another stop work order was issued when DeMarinis allegedly started getting out of bounds again. One concerning a retaining wall the mayor says is too high and possibly encroaching on the abutter's property. And then in May, concerns over the stormwater permit, the plumbing inspector expressed concerns regarding the sewer connection and the need for an exterior grease trap, which is a Board of Public Works concern. We're told that's when it was decided that each department would write a notice of violation with a short turnaround time so that the city's department could motion for an injunction to stop the work. The mayor tells us if a site plan review process was done from the start, all of these issues could have been taken care of much earlier in the process and avoid any conflict.
We submitted a site plan to them day one. They're trying to push us to go get planning board approval. It didn't require it. This was an existing building. It wasn't a new development. It didn't require it. They knew it didn't require it. And it's like we proved it to them. So it's a misinterpretation of the building code, but it's also a misinterpretation of their own zoning ordinance.
Flash forward to May 15th, the mayor tells us that fire department and an inspection at the building commissioner's request. Upon review, the fire department shut down the construction site for lack of fire safety protocols. On May 16th, the building commissioner issued a stop work order.
They're trying to say that there's more square footage than it actually is. They don't realize there's an exemption in the code, the building code, for equipment platforms, and they're accounting it towards the square footage. And then once you exceed 5,000 square feet, then it would require sprinklers, but the building doesn't. isn't. It's 4,900 square feet. And I just don't understand the hostility of why they're trying to drive their agenda.
Now, the mayor assures me that the city solicitor's office, along with the building commissioner's office, are currently working with the mayor's attorney at this moment and currently reviewing the new site plan that has been submitted. Reporting live in Holyoke, Reagan Lockery for Western Mass News.